So Balaji will now present.
Hi, Balaji.
Hi, Shivu. Hi, Shivan.
Hi.
I'm sharing my screen. Can you able to see my screen, Shivu and Shivan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. First story is ELT 1914. As a web manager, I want to update readers' download forms for GDPR. So the first story, the attached document.
I couldn't check and approve this one, Balaji, because when I go into the staging site, so Valiappan gave me the links to staging, and I couldn't generate the form. So I went into an incognito window, but when I tried to pick on a product to get the teacher resources, it went to the live site.
Yeah, actually, as of now, we have set the form and form data and everything in a test server. We didn't move the code to the stage server. So today we are planning to move it to stage and production. So first I will show the demo to you in test server. So
Okay, just hold on 1 minute. I'm going to get my papers. Hang on.
Okay.
Got to print out what I want. Okay, I'm back. Hi, I'm back. You can show the form now.
yeah, okay, sure. So I'm just opening one of the catalogs in Reader. So first, in the small form, so I have just changed the text here, and as per your suggestion, I have removed the students from drop-down box. So then I have updated those things, and I have updated the Pearson privacy link here, and
yeah, and the corporate one.
Pearson.com. And the second thing is
that a new window, opening a new window.
Sorry, Shiv?
Was that opening in a new window?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
the external site, so we are just making it to open in a new window.
Fabulous, thank you.
So for example, I'm just registering as the new email ID. So then the big pop-up will come. So first, initially in the pop-up, so we have just set the first name, country, and everything as mentioned here. So as per your command, I have removed three sections from the big form. So those three.
Thank you.
So those three.
Did you like my lovely mock-up?
Sorry, Steve?
Did you like my lovely mock-up? It doesn't look very professional, does it?
Yes, it's looking nice. We can able to understand the concept, so we are also preparing these kind of markups.
I know that's my weak point, that sort of thing. Okay, great. So you managed to remove those bits.
Yeah. Then I have added. So I have some queries about it. So I have just simply added this block to here. Then, as per you mentioned here, then I have added the privacy policy notice. Then I have added the cookie policies. So is this layout is fine for you, or you want to change anything in the form?
Can I see the second part again? Let me see. We would love you to be part of the community. So there's some copy changes because there's some spelling errors. and capitalization errors, which I can, if you give me that in a screen grab, I can mark it up for you.
Okay.
So because on the new part, I think you've had to retype it, so some errors have crept in.
Okay. Okay, so then you just send it to me the changes, then I'll make the changes into this server.
Okay, but because I couldn't see the form before, can you just like screen grab it?
She wants you to send the screenshot of this.
Okay.
So she will mark it.
I couldn't see the form.
Yes, I'll just send a screenshot to you. Then I have made another one changes also, because you have mentioned here to hide the sum of the fields whenever the user select parent. So I have added some logical conditions here. So this fifth point. So whenever the user click the student, open the form as a parent, then two option is available. So one is all the fields is mandatory, so we can just remove the mandatory field. And the second one is we can remove the entire field when the user comes from to parent tab. So now I have just removed the fields. So if the user come to the second form with using parent link, then I just remove the fields. Is it fine to you, or you want to keep the fields and you just we just remove the mandatory field? So which one will you prefer?
I think you've done it correctly. So if you click on teacher, you get, what do you get?
So now I'm just coming from teacher tab. So in this section, I'll see the.
Oh yeah, you get that drop down pre-primary and then school you clicked in.
Yeah, it is a mandatory field for.
When you click on parent.
So for example.
The ability of this form is terrible. It's just a quick fix.
So I just removed those fields.
Yeah, so what would actually be better is if, you know, where you've put, we would love you to be part of the Pearson ELT community. It'd be better if that was over to the right underneath parent and teacher. And then the next thing that happens is the submit button. Because there's an order to things. So it's first name, last name, email address, and I'm a parent teacher. And then next they should see, we would love you to be part of the community. They tick that box and then they submit.
Okay, sure.
So from we would love you to be part of down to cookie policy should be over on the right hand side underneath parent and teacher.
Okay.
So the last name column will be on right side or left side, you?
So last name stays on the right. I didn't want to change too much of this form, so first name, last name stays in the same place. Email address and I'm a parent teacher stays in the same place. So you get that two column setup, and then you just move everything that's underneath that over to the left and then submit.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, okay, we'll just change the fields.
Does it be in the right or in the center or?
Okay, what about the submit button? So we can keep here, or we need to change the position for submit button?
Yeah, and then I'm just going to change because you've put some capital letters where they're not needed, and you've put an instead of and. So I'll just make those changes when you send it back to me.
Okay.
And that's it, yeah.
Okay. And so the same thing, but in a different form for readers and blog, we have made some changes. I'm opening in this site. So test blog and test readers. So in test readers, so in this newsletter form, we have just made two text changes here. So then we have updated the new URL also. So we'll go to the privacy notice and we'll go to the cookie policies. And the same changes we have applied for blog also. So yeah.
Oh yes, those were just the links, weren't they? I didn't change anything else. That's great.
Has that been updated on the individual blog post as well?
Sorry, Shibon?
If you click on a blog post, is it updated at the bottom of those too? So where you've got highlights for English teachers, just at the bottom of the screen now, there should be a blog post underneath it. If you click on there.
Which one, Sue? I mean, Shibon, go on.
Click on any blog post.
Any blog post?
Blog post.
Then at the bottom of here, is it updated there too?
Actually, sorry, Shivan, we have totally forgot about the footer forms. Yeah, it was we just copy the same text and paste it here.
Well, oh, here. Yeah. Is that separate? Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll just make changes for it now, Shivan.
Thank you.
And that's it from my end. And Srinidhi will take over and explain the PEP related user stories.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Shibon.
Hi.
Can you able to see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go on with the PEP stories. ELT 1941. As a web manager, I want expert Cambridge migrated to PEP. Here's an ELT assets. The story is the remain. What happened? Just one minute, Sue. Yes.
Okay, can someone else?
Just explain.
Okay. I mean, yeah, present.
Sorry about that, Sue. My battery went.
That's okay. It happens.
So I will open Expert Cambridge. So we have implemented the remaining folders which belongs to PEP assets. Like last time we have implemented. Pearson ELT assets. So last time we have implemented only course book and student resource book from English.com. So this time we have implemented My English Lab and teacher notes and photocopies. It will include some PDF and document assets. Test. Inside that we have audio. And separate test folder.
Can you show them as the in the different view, please? Oh yeah, that's good.
For documents, it won't show the preview button view. It will show only the download button. For PDF, it will show the preview and download both the buttons.
So can you show me? So can you show me an example of where's the PDF? The PDF is showing download and.
This is all documents view. I'll show one of the PDFs.
Okay.
So this is the PDF file. It will show the preview. Actually, this is the doc file.
What, isn't that the print icon?
Yes, it is not the PDF view. It is a document file. So for some of the document file alone, it is showing this icon, and we are not sure about this view. Dean said it will show only download icon for document and Excel types, but for some of the file types, it is showing the print icon.
And that's a Word document, is it?
Yes.
But only for some of them, not for all of them.
I think this one is PDF.
Yes.
It's not a Word document.
It's a PDF.
Because Word document, we can't see the preview from the browsers for the Word and Excel document.
This is the PDF documents view.
So I think this icon will appear only for the PDF files.
This is the Word document, and it will user can only able to download it.
Word document you can download.
So you can only download a Word document,
Yes, you.
You can
but
print
PDFs you can print.
No, PDF can be previewed and downloaded, but documents, Word documents can only be downloaded.
And one more thing, Stu, and all the browsers can't able to open the PDF files. For example, Chrome has the ability to open the PDF files within the in-browser, but other browsers like Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer, it won't show the PDF file into the new tab. And whenever the user click this button, then it will be automatically downloaded. The file format is not supporting for Firefox and Internet Explorer.
Okay, so you found some issues, right? Sounds to me like you found bugs and usability issues and browser compatibility issues.
No, Stu, this one, this type of cross-browser testing we didn't complete it. So this is my suggestion. So we have developed some of the PDF. We have handled some of the PDF related functionality in previous. So I'm just saying based on that.
It is not related to the tools view. It is related to the PDF.
It is related to the browser.
Yes.
Some of the browser will support the PDF format. For example, Chrome will support the PDF format, then it will be open in a new tab. But Firefox or Internet Explorer won't support the PDF files. So it won't show in a new tab. So whenever the user click the button, it won't show in the new tab. So if it is not supported, then it will be automatically download to the end user. So both the icon will be for a same reason.
Just the browser limitations.
Yeah,
Yes.
browser limitation, browser functionalities.
Okay, can you write this in the story, please?
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Just so that it's clear, and then I can share that with Dean.
Okay, sure.
So is there an issue that we need to deal with?
yes, we have raised email to Dean for Excel files. PEP tool is not supporting Excel files. There is no option to select for document. We have doc as an option in the drop down, and for PDF we have a separate option called PDF, but no option to choose for Excel files. And we don't know how to implement Excel files in this Prince view. So we have raised it to Dean. He said there is an issue in PEP tool. He asked us to raise it as a bug.
Okay. And are there many Excel files?
It will in Focus and in Expert Cambridge, it will be around 30 Excel files in different levels.
Around 30?
Yes.
Okay. I think it would be good for you to put that. I know you've explained that issue in an email to Dean, but if you could put it in the story as well, because if this is going to be logged as a JIRA issue in another queue, then hopefully we can just share the stories.
Okay, so we'll comment it in the stories too.
Yeah. And just anything that you found that seems like it's either a usability issue or a browser even if you want to make comments on browser compatibility, you guys are now experts in this migration tool, this portal tool. So your opinion is valuable in this.
Sure, Sue. We'll log all the comments.
Thank you. So the status of this product, is it Cambridge? Is it Expert Cambridge we're looking at?
Yes, Sue.
Is the status of this product that you can't deal with the number of Excel files there are, and there are still those missing files that we noted before?
Yes, Sue. As I have mentioned in the comment before, in particular level, proficiency level alone, we do not have some folders in the given source. So you asked me to put it as a separate comment.
Yeah.
So I'll create it. I'll add it as a comment, Sue.
Thank you. And Focus well, we're not on Focus yet, but yeah, carry on. Is that everything you want to say about Cambridge Expert?
Yes.
Oh, what about, sorry, hang on a minute. What about icons? Because Dean said there were some SVG files for icons and thumbnail images.
Yes, Sue. He replied about the images, but we didn't implement. We are waiting for you to give the images.
He didn't implement what?
The images.
Yes, Sue.
Because we are still waiting for the images from you, Sue.
If you give it in a folder and saying for which image to be placed where, to which level, so we can implement it, Sue.
Okay, so where do I need to provide which elements do I? Could you just show me on the screen which areas I need to provide an image for?
Sure, Sue.
Where?
So here for majorly,
Advanced proficiency.
yes, for this levels, and inside it there will be subfolders, but it is depend upon the views you. If they want to view it as a list, then the images won't be needed. But mainly the images will be needed for this. This is called the front of class. Usually users will land here. So here 3 images will be needed for this. And one image is mandatory for creating the product in product configuration.
So where does that appear? So the one that's mandatory.
Here's you. here it will show an image for every product. To create every product, it will show it will ask for an image.
So a single generic image is required that matches the series.
Yes, you. Here we have given one temporary image from our blog. So it is mandatory to give an image link here. Then only we can create a product. See.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Shall I mention this in the comments, you, so that you can provide?
Yes, I think so. I think that's good to mention.
Okay, sir. Shall I move on to the focus products, you?
Yes, please.
So this is the front of class view of focus product. We totally have 6 levels in this, and this all level folder comprises of Pearson ELT assets.
So do all the levels need an image?
Yes,
All the
sir.
levels.
Yes, sir. So level 1 has 3 subfolders: audio, MP3, video, and word list. Audio MP3 will have full of audio assets. User can able to play and download the assets.
So can I just ask, when you were talking about the need for icons, Dean said you can see in how he's done Speak Out, and that's used icons. Could you just show me Speak Out so that I can see what he's done?
Sure, sir.
Thank you. So these icons, did he not show you that there was a folder with those icons in that you could use?
Okay, sir. Did he mention in the email?
Yes, in an email he said there's a folder with SVG files in it. He said it in the email trail.
Okay.
He said something about they're not very well named, so they won't be easy to find. Sounds a bit classic, and it was basically like knock yourself out trying to find them. I think it's pretty well what he was saying in the email. But I think what he was suggesting was that he put them in perhaps a folder just for Speak Out rather than a all resources and a folder where everyone can access them. But I think you can see there that if you could track where he's got those icons from, that's what you could use in your products.
Okay, so we'll check on that.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks to me as if he's got one for workbook, one for student book, and then for the product itself, Speak Out Extra, he's just using this funny, whatever it is, a picture of a teacher teaching, I think.
So there is a different icons for every folders.
Yeah, they do seem a bit random because like professional development looks like a video hangout. I don't know why. And yeah, they're all a bit, and tests make sense. Yeah, anyhow, I would just follow that because it's not our job to redesign the portal.
So interactive speaking videos. So user can able to review and download the video.
The same way, I think we have implemented for other levels in focus product.
And sure, and I have partially completed the level 2 because for the last 4 days I was working with the DevOps team regarding the server related works. So I could not able to complete all the files in the level 2 section. So apart from that, we have completed everything. And level 2, we have completed the video and Excel. So the audio is still pending. I'm just uploading one by one. So I hope I'll complete tomorrow or within tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll complete entire things in level 2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
So
sure.
that will be a spillover for the next
Yeah,
one.
that will be still over.
Okay.
We were going to do focus across 2 sprints, weren't we?
No, so except this.
Except this, we have completed
Everything.
everything in focus, because as we have only the production server, so once we update them in production, it will be automatically reflect immediately. So I'm saying that, so after crossing today, so we will consider this one as the next sprint, right? So we'll just saying like this only.
Okay.
Next, the number of assets.
So that's it with the PEP
No,
issue.
actually,
As you can see, this 3 stories belongs to focus level 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 along with the all levels consisting of PS and ELT assets. So that's it from PEP stories.
Other block features.
yeah, I need to get something about the block feeds and servers. And apart from that, we have 2 stories. One is for block feeds.english.com subdomain, and another one is for the english.com Drupal decommission and migrate the redirection to htaccess and those related server related user stories. And we have completed all the things up to stage server. So we have just stopped the Drupal pages, and we have reconfigured the entire servers in test and stage, and it is working as expected. And we have migrated the existing redirection to htaccess in stage, but I'm waiting for your confirmation. So I have already sent you the document to the entire list of the english.com. So just confirm it one more time. So if you have any other redirection, please mention it. I'll just add the redirection to in the htaccess, then I will move the code to the production.
Okay, I've missed that in my emails, Balaji. When did you send it?
Day after tomorrow show. Or day after yesterday. Day before yesterday.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm just having a look for it. So you sent me the list of the current redirects.
Current redirects. You sent the sheet, right? Does it
Yeah,
have...
I sent the entire product URL for the production show. I didn't share the current redirects. And if you need, I have the document. I'll share it to you now.
Oh yeah, thank you. That would be really good. Yes, and I've got to cross-reference. So I had these. Yeah, I've got a list somewhere of redirects that I want to have put in place, and also I just want to be clear that the redirects that are used for the student resources are maintained, because obviously it's critical that the students can get hold of their resources using the vanity URL as well as the main URL. But yeah, I need to look at that today. Sorry, I didn't get to that. I've got I got quite a full-on day. Do you need them to? Do you need the redirects from me today?
It would be better sure to, if I get the redirection list today, then we will start working for moving the code to production and do the necessary changes in production.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be considered as a spillover. So
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When you say about moving, so stopping the Drupal site, would it be a good idea to move? So what? Do we still have an English.com server dependency for the student resources until PEP's finished? We
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have the blog and English.com student resources ELT sections. Then we'll have a blog feeds, and those three things we'll just keep into the English.com server. This time we'll just go into decommission only for the Drupal site. So which will have 30 to 40 pages, I guess.
Yeah. No,
Because
that's fine.
Okay.
But I just wanted to think about moving ahead.
Okay.
We're going to transform the Pearson ELT.com site. It's not going to change to English.com anymore. That's is no longer wanted because that's going to move us away from Pearson.com as a domain. So we're going to move it to Pearson.com/English. And then we're just going to use the English.com domain for vanity marketing URLs, essentially. So I'm hoping that that means that I no longer have a dependency on the student resources moving off of English.com in order to complete the domain change.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And for our side, the Drupal system decommission is the only part for complicated from our side. So apart from that, the ELT section is a static one. Then blog is a WordPress. Then we can easily migrate to another server immediately. And the blog feed is also React.js, and we can easily able to migrate. So this the complexity problem in the Drupal site we have completely stop the services for now. So hereafter, if you want to change anything or remove the servers from English.com to another server, then all the things we can do easily.
Okay. What about readers.english.com?
Yeah, readers.english.com is a separate server. Actually, we don't have the readers.english.com in the English.com server. We have the separate instance for readers.english.com. So we are just using one of the subdomain under English.com. But the server is different. But we can transfer this code to another server, but it will take some time because as it is a Drupal site, it will take some time.
Okay.
But not more than 2 days.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, sure.
What was the problem with the blog this last 2 weeks?
Yeah, actually the problem is for the production server. So as Wall Street English, before that, the Wall Street English DevOps team were managing our production, not only production server, for all the server. So this time the new DevOps resources has appointed for us. So he is not known more thing about the English.com, and he's also exploring more things for now. So the problem is reflecting only for the production server, and we don't know why, but the problem is for clashing between the English.com Drupal site and WordPress site. So this is the main problem for now. So only we have suggested to stop the English.com dependency for blog. So it will we thought it will be the quickest solution to fix this problem. So as of now, we have just temporarily changed the configuration for blog. Blog will work for the end users, but apart from that, we can't be able to access the dashboard. I mean, admin panel, or we can't be able to access the blog feeds because the two things is serving from the blog. So those kind of things will just have getting some problem because of this conflict issue. So now we have just fixed everything in the state server. So Yesterday, I have worked with the DevOps person for English.com, and we have fixed everything in up to state server. So we have just removed the old code, English.com old code from the server. Then we'll just reconfigure the English.com block, and we'll just pushing the block code into the new folder, new place. Then it will be working fine. So once the code is moved to the production, then we won't face any kind of this kind of error in future.
So when can Siobhan post to the blog again?
Yeah, once the code is moved to the production, then we can start immediately.
When exactly?
When next? Actually, if once you provided the once you confirm the redirection links, then immediately we will just push the code to the production.
Okay. Okay, it's down to me then.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to get off the phone then and go and do some work. I'll get off the call.
Okay, sure. Then we have just prepared the document
We can share probably.
for number of assets in ELT.
I think that would have been taken as a separate task. So I'll just add that as a separate task in Jira for the current sprint.
Oh, this is brilliant. Thank you. This is just student resources, right?
Yes, this is only for student resources.
Student resources, which is present in English.
And also we have some zip files and few products.
Yes, you in Expert IELTS and in Today product, we have so many zip files. Today product has only 4 zip files, and IELTS has so many zip files, and we cannot able to download it all and check it how many assets correctly. So it is like around 40 to 50 zip files is there. So we have put it as a approximate one. We'll calculate the exact one and send it to you.
So for now, approximately the total.
Make a note against an Expert IELTS that it's maybe 40 or 50 zip files.
Yes.
40 or 50 zip files.
Yes, I will mention.
Okay.
And then for today, if you can do an approximation and then put 4 zip files in a separate column, so that we can get to the point where we potentially got an individual number of files on your total.
Let's see.
So it's fine to keep 2,000 there, but as a note, put 40 or 50 zip files next to it. And then where today is, if you can make an approximation out of those zip files and then put 4 zip files in the other column.
Okay.
Yes, you. We have mentioned it. Shall I remove this 4 to the next column, you?
Yes, and then I don't know if you can get to the stage where you can approximate the number of files in the zip files.
Approximately 150 to 200. Yes, for this one.
Sheikh, do you remember how many files?
Is there too many files inside the zip file? Today's?
Just check randomly and
Just check one zip file and then make a guess for the others.
yeah, just a second.
Not only 4 zip files for today.
Can you
I
check?
think
Actually, see, it is like a loop. It is going on. We have majorly 4 folders inside that. So many subfolders.
Sub zip folders we
Zip
have.
folders
So
we have.
would expect the same number of assets as well, so like in expert IELTS, but still we will check and then update the sheet. That would be appropriate.
Okay, well, the two figures that are approximations, maybe just highlight them and put approximate number.
Yeah, we can highlight with a different color. And then yeah.
And I've got to download these individually.
And among these, they have completed Expert Cambridge. And of course, they have completed partially 75%.
Thank you for doing this work. I guess I need to take this piece of analysis and the work that you've already done and the things that you've encountered with the two products that you've worked on so far to the team that we are helping out and supporting, and get an answer on how we can go forward. Because to me, it looks like with that number of files, so Kalpana, like we're looking at maybe 12 or 13,000 individual files.
Right, Sue.
And that looks like that could be a job for the rest of the year.
Yes, Sue. So we calculated like 500 assets for one sprint, which is currently we are taking into two weeks. So it would take around 1 to 1.5 years of time to complete this work.
Actually, now we are calculating only for the English.com assets. So
yeah.
Apart from that, we'll just I hope we'll just have some Pearson ELT assets too for some of the product.
Yes, I haven't done that piece of work, and I'm thinking I might ask Siobhan to do it.
So actually what we think is like we also have other kind of work, right, in our development related works we also have. So it would be better if we have a separate set or a separate team of content editors to work specifically on this asset migration.
Yes, but we don't have that, do we?
Yeah, currently we do not, but I think maybe we can look out for such options with the help of Viran or with with Dean. Yeah, we can reach out to them and check if that could be an option.
Yeah, I mean, the difficulty, I suppose at the moment, the difficulty is, so one person is leaving, so we're getting a new product owner to work with. So Richard is leaving this project and Nikki is joining. And I'm having a catch-up conversation with her this afternoon. I think one of the difficulties is that the portal team, the team who developed the portal, didn't have a plan for migrating the existing content, as you can see. And so they're only focused on new content, not existing content. And that's pretty short-sighted. So we've just got to raise these issues and discuss how it can be done. But I think it's interesting that you've been able to say this, because even without the Pearson ELT assets, you're saying that it's going to take maybe 1 to 1.5 years. Because you can do, what, 500 assets in a single sprint?
Yeah, 500 assets in a single sprint.
Yeah. So that's just focuses people's minds. And I don't want you guys doing this exclusively all year. And I guess you don't want to do it either. It's probably not very interesting.
Yes.
So yeah, I need to figure out what we do. I want you guys to be able to work on the reader site and the blog and other aspects of the work that we have to do. So yeah, it's an issue. I'm aware of it, and I need to just find a solution.
Okay, Sue. Or just a thought, Sue. Do we have budget to allocate or to hire a new person? Again, the budget, yes.
To allocate what?
To allocate a new team member for doing this kind of work, the content editor kind of.
Do you mean that would sit with you guys?
Yeah, yes. Maybe, yes.
Yeah, no, that's something I can think about. I mean, I guess it'd be useful if you would, if you would, perhaps offline, Kalpana, we could discuss what budget might be required for that. But do you think you'll be able to get somebody with that the skills required? Obviously, they're not coding and development skills, but content migration skills.
Right. I can check for that, Sue, and get back to you on that.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I definitely understand that it's not going to work. I think it would be different if you could have migrated the assets from English.com servers to the portal blog storage area in some kind of automated way. It would be different, but you can't do that, can you?
Automation.
No. She's asking if it will be easy, if is there any way to quickly migrate from S3 to block storage, then it will reduce half of our work.
Automation kind of work. She's asking if we can automate that.
Actually, Sue, a separate mail chain is going between Viran and Dean about moving assets from S3 to block storage. So we are in touch with Dean to get any ideas to have the assets in S3 bucket and use the URLs alone instead. So it will reduce half of our work.
Viran and Raman suggested to us that the infrastructure for the assets, that large number of assets, it's did in AWS S3 only, not for the Azure blob storage. So they are also suggested to keep all the assets in English.com S3 bucket and use the English.com S3 bucket as an absolute URL in PEP. So the talk is going on. We are just trying to contact the development team for the PEP. So once we get the any point of contact for the development team, then we'll just suggest it to include the Amazon S3 bucket URL also as the Pearson URL records, because as of now they have already configured some of the domain. So the PEP is just taking the assets if the assets is coming from the particular domain only. So in this list, we need to add the S3 bucket URL also. Once they configure the S3 bucket URL in this list, then we can able to directly use the S3 bucket URL as absolute URL.
But Balaji, this was raised at the beginning of this project, and that's not wanted because that's a short-term solution that gives us a problem in another year.
Okay, sure.
That's the content, the assets content, in order to be managed in the future, needs to be in one place, and it needs to be with the PEP blob storage solution that they've developed.
Okay, sure.
So I guess I get why you want to do it, but it's just like putting a sticking plaster on top instead of fixing the main issue, in my view.
Okay. We thought that the S3 bucket, this asset migration will take huge number of time. So as this is a high priority, and so that we just thought to keep the asset in the S3 bucket, and we can use the same URL, and it will reduce our work. At the same time, we can do more number of files in PEP instead of doing this kind of works. So that we just thought to keep it as the same location. So if you want to keep it as a same location for all the files, then we are happy to migrate it to you.
But how long will it take if you keep the same location?
For the migration or to...
Yeah. So would your 1 to 1.5 years disappear?
That estimation includes the migration of assets as well. But if we keep that assets in S3 itself and just link, what would be the estimation?
So we need to analyze it.
Anyway, it will reduce some of the work, because we need to create a separate folder structure in PEP blob storage. So the folder structure is actually quite confusing. So we need to follow the same folder structure in PEP blog and upload it directly there. Then we can copy the URL and implement it in PEP. So this is like half of extra work. If you have the URLs directly, if in S3 bucket it is already there, we can just copy the URL and use it. So
yeah,
we can just compare. Yes.
yeah. No, I see what you mean. Okay, I mean, thank you for the information. I think I just need to talk to the team who developed the portal, and I'll come back to you.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
see.
But thanks for doing this work. Have you shared this spreadsheets in the story or where?
I'll create a separate task queue that would be better to track. So and attach this sheet in that task
Thank you.
right after the meeting.
Okay, thanks a lot. Anything else?
There also, we can send it there also. That's all for reviews. I think we can proceed for the planning. Yes.
I don't have much planning. Do you have anything, Siobhan?
I've got a few things in, yeah.
Siobhan, do you want to talk about?
Okay, so shall I share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. A minute. Okay, Shibon. So all the prioritized one are at the top, right? Can I open one by one?
Yeah.
ELT 1992. Okay. Shall we put it into the task? It's a task, so we can add a separate story and add a people. Okay. And then another story. It's Australia local.
This is probably a task as well, and I've just labelled it wrong.
Should we ignore the stories? Shubhan?
Pardon?
Should we consider this for sprint or ignore?
Yeah, this can go in the sprint.
JSON update.
Okay. And then 1976. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll open a new page. Want to check?
Shubham, can you explain this 1913 again for us?
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you properly.
Number
8, 9, 16, 17. New pages or
one is this a new title or it is any page?
Could you say that again? It's all very muffled.
You asked us to add the new title. You mentioned 4 rows, 8, 9, 16, and 17. That's
Yeah.
seems like a title, but you said new page.
Actually.
Yeah, they don't exist yet, so we need them created.
Okay, okay, Shivon. This 4 titles to be added in Marvel series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have all the migration stories again, right?
Do it like that.
Are we going to take 1940?
Oh, so that's me. I put that one in. Yes. So this was when I can't remember who I was discussing this with. It might have been Balaji, or it might have been somebody else. But so I wanted to see if I could get a CSV file downloaded of the readers' titles data, product data.
Okay.
And because, so we've been updating over time and we've been adding the new titles, and now we've got an up-to-date list of titles on the website that is actually probably more up-to-date than and any other information there is in the company.
Okay.
And I wanted to know if we could download that JSON could be downloaded in some kind of database that could be offered back to the product owners to say, this is the source of truth of all the 500 or 600 titles. This is what we have.
Yes. Yes. You discussed this about this one to Valliyappan, I guess.
Valliyappan, right? Yes.
Yes. So you want this product data as a Excel file or the JSON itself?
Excel.
Okay, so we can do it.
In that case, can I change the type to task?
Yes.
1940. Okay. And anything else, you?
I wanted to get another product into the sprint, another portal product.
Okay. So we have one level from focus, and then we have the
First we'll
production
take
issue.
one. First we'll take the next sprint product. Which product we need to take first? Then we need to estimate the assets. So based on the remaining velocity points, we will go to work.
Do you have any preference with respect to the product for the next sprint, you?
No, I think I've put them in the order of preference.
Okay.
So gold is next.
Gold is next. So
And I guess you can look at your assets spreadsheet and see how big a task that would be.
gold 256.
I think we can.
There's also gold XP. So that might be 256 and 121.
Okay, and how many remaining in level 2 of
Level
focus?
It is around 200.
Really?
Yes. Focus has so many.
Okay. So in that case, can we complete the pending one from focus and the gold product for the next sprint, you?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, then I'll just move this into the sprint. Okay. Anything else from Shibon?
No, that's everything.
Okay. Okay then. So we will just add 2 more stories into the sprint. Level 2 and then the production issue.
Oh.
That redirection. That's it, right? Okay. So I guess that's all for today, Sue and Shibon. Anything else that we would like to discuss?
Oh, sorry, Siobhan.
Well, I think that's it for me.
Yeah. No, that's it for me. Just no, it's all good.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you all. Thank you, team. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.